Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Now today's creator you may be aware of, we have done them a couple of times in the past. Way back in episodes 13, 108, 133, 224, 248, 312, 330, 380, 381, 382, 383, 384 and 385, 434, 472, 493, 572, 597, 608 and 621. So if you're not aware of them, something is very badly wrong. Right, before we get on do their map, let's do a daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day so I can promote you guys. Today's map is Celtic Shores Vanilla Map by MrMiyagi CS. Since when does a CS come on the end here? What is CS even short for anyway? Celtic Shores? Anyway, sorry. There's your start square. It has a river running through it. Of course it's got a river running through it. There's your terrain heights and looks like Greece. Looks a bit like Greece, I think. What about your resources? The resources are usable. I'm not sure what all the fertile land and the ore is doing under the water though. That's not so usable. What were you thinking, Miyagi? What were you thinking? Anyway, it's a 100% vanilla map, but if you like, you can use the Celtic Coast with Names theme, which is a new thing, adding names to themes, and we're using the realistic 1.2 LUT, of course, because nothing else is prescribed. Right, let's have a look at the roads. Now, you know with MrMiyagi that the networks are going to be solid and working and taking a lot of the traffic away from the start square, and that is definitely the case here. Nice, slick, smooth. What can you say, really? There's nothing really much to complain about here at all. The distance between the highways is just perfect so that you can actually connect things up without having to move them using Move It. You can just basically play this 100% vanilla if you like. I'd be inclined not to, personally, because I think this map is just begging for, well, the non-vanilla effect. I'm just loving the terrain on this map. The terrain for me is an absolute star in this map. The thing with MrMiyagi's maps is, I mean, they're great. They're all perfectly playable. But sometimes they're just a bit... well, not bland isn't the word I'm looking for. I mean, they are a canvas to be built on. And sometimes they just look like a canvas to be built on. First intersection to have a look at here. We'll talk more about canvases in a minute. And that looks very nice indeed. There is a little bit of terrain glitching going on down here. And that had me wondering. So I'm going to do something I don't normally do. And that's completely destructive. Normally I use Move It. But I want to see what actually happens with this terrain if we first of all try smoothing it out. That looks much better there, I think. But if we undo that in a moment, and how about we destroy the bridge and see what actually the terrain was like before the actual bridges were put down. So first of all, we come over here, we'll open up the bulldoze, that's the button over there, boom, 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 and have a look. See, it wasn't so bad. It was just not quite perfectly flat. And hence we've just got a little bit of glitching where the road's been put down. Can't do anything about that. They're destroyed now and I don't care. Of course, when you sub to this map, because I'm pretty sure that you will, that won't be destroyed. This is only in my game, not in your game. Now we've got tunnels that have disappeared off somewhere. Where do they come out? Ah, I see what you're doing. You're making up for somebody who used to make magic tunnels and has disappeared by making magic tunnels of your own. Some way underground. I'm not sure that I buy into that. Where are we? There you go. Go under that hill. I get going under the hill, but then underneath all that farmland as well, I'm a little bit, I think it's a bit too far. It's just a thing, because we've got that dirt track that follows it. I just would have had it I think at ground level. Where were we? Yes, nice intersection. Actually, very nice intersection. I'm liking this one. Nothing wrong with this at all. There's not a pillar out of place. All the slopes are great. There's no clipping. It's very slick, everything connects with everything, and there's just nothing to moan about. I wish there was something to moan about. It makes for a better show. But there's nothing to moan about there, so I'm quite happy with all of that. Okay, we'll keep coming this way. All vanilla, of course, so we've got no chance to do any slick slip roads or anything like that. All we're dealing with the 3-lane highways and the highway ramps. Here we go. Because we are in the start square, we thought we'd do a little asset review, because asset reviews, you know. This is Paris Bridge by Psychocinesis, and I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Mind you, pretty much virtually every asset we put in this show I like a lot, but I'm liking this a lot, if you know what I mean. Factoids, because factoids. To demonstrate its safety, Arnold Bennett drank a glass of tap water while in Paris in 1931. Well, I think you can guess what happened. He contracted typhoid fever and he died. I'm pretty sure it's much safer now. Sweet old Paris! I didn't anticipate. That's planning to the nth degree, that is. A Paris factoid while looking at the Paris Bridge. Hopefully there's no typhoid in that river. Miyagi? Maggie, is there typhoid in that river, Miyagi? Anyway, Paris Bridge by Psychocinesis, today's asset of the day. Shall we head back onto the highways and see where they lead? Because we've got a nice looking intersection down here. This one is tailored. Look at this, just like trimmed and tidied, and there's nothing going wrong with this. Nothing going wrong with this at all. Oh, clean. That's clean, that, I'll tell you. Very clean. And then tunnels. Where's that one coming out? Now this is okay. I can buy into this one. Have to go through the hills to get to the bridge. Emerge for the bridge, of course. A perfect bridge. In fact, there's an extra level with perfect bridge in this one because we go elevated before going into bridge mode, and the bridge is perfectly centered as well. That is simple, basic, but perfect bridge construction techniques there. Very good. Of course, we expect no less, really, don't we? And then heading off towards the fog, which means the rail. There's not an awful lot of rail on this map, but there is enough for us to have a little look-see. And yes, we are not undulating too much on this particular map. We're just cruising along. But I've said it already, and I'm going to say it again. I'm loving the terrain work on this map. I'm pretty sure it's from a terrain party or something, a combination of terrain party maps maybe. A little bit of polishing here and there. Obviously he's used Wilbur. He loves his little bit of Wilbur. And we had a great conflab a couple of years ago on Skylines Talk. I'm going to try and remember to link that in at the end of today's show. If you've not seen the interview that I had with Mr. Miyagi on Skylines Talk, do join me for that one. It's even now, it's still a good chat. Past the Paris Bridge, over the rail bridge, perfectly centered the rail bridge. Very nice again. And into the start square area. And time for an intermission, if you're ready.
Are you bored with the standard vanilla bridges? Have you seen those lovely custom bridges but don't know how to use them? Ooh, very nice. Then you need a beginner's guide to custom bridges by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And so back to Celtic Shores Vanilla Map by Mr. Miyagi CS. We've got one shipping route that dovetails off this way, doesn't connect to anything, and a shipping route over here that dovetails off this way and then goes through the bridge. Question is that bridge high enough? That might be a bit tight for the cruisers. We'll do a test on that, I think. And then that nips around the corner into the bay, which is probably covers just about everything. Water flow. We've got a couple of rivers that run down past the start square, and there's pretty good water flow there. Plenty of options. You can draw from one, pump into the other. Everything should be good. Okay, now let's have a look at the map as a whole. Here's a little bit of a build area put together because I want to encourage some cruisers up into the bay so we can see if that bridge is high enough. So we'll keep an eye open for ships and see what we spot there. Liking this little castle on the island with the like man-made causeway linking the I'm guessing that's man-made to connect it all up and in. I think that looks quite real. And then of course the terrain. The terrain is the star. We're using completely vanilla trees here, and I think this could be a whole lot more eye-popping with custom trees. What we've got over here, just look at the terrain on this. It just feels so real. I love it. I could just marvel at this all day. Bit of a lack of foliage on this part of the map, but once again with vanilla trees, very difficult to do anything eye-popping, but it is possible. It is possible. Loving the beaches, sand where you'd expect there to be sand. Got some little islands over here with the essential lighthouse in blue, a blue one. Pretty reasonable location, I think, for a lighthouse there. What more have we got? Oh, got another lighthouse over here as well. Second essential lighthouse in red. Lovely. And again, nothing really to grumble about with those at all. What other feature areas have we got? We've got loads of features. We've got some rivers. The rivers are okay. They just feel a bit. I mean, with the theme, they seem a bit like emulsion. A little bit. I like the reflection on them. When you get some still water, I like it. Just doesn't quite feel real as a river. I don't hate it. I'm not totally buying it. It's almost like a Toy Town river. If that makes any sense at all. Something like a molten glass feel to it. And then we've got the water source. I'm not buying into. It's okay. It's off out the way. You're not going to be staring at it. But I think maybe a small pool or a marshy area up there might have been more believable. We've got castle in the lake. I like the castle in the lake. And I like the fields going on here. A tiny weeny bit of glitching going on there. It's just trying to glitch. But anyway, yes, I'm liking the fields. I'm liking the castle actually in the fields as well. That's a nice little touch. A bit of a fan of that. But I've got to say about the fields, like we've got a little gate to get into that field there. But how do you get into this field here? How do you do farming? In fact, if you look at all of these fields, they're completely bricked in. You can get from one field to the other there, but they're all bricked in. How do you do your farming, How do you get your tractor into there, Miyagi? I am teasing, of course, a little, because I know it's just for aesthetic effect. We're not talking about having a proper working field. Like here, all of these fields are completely blocked in. You cannot get into any of them without a ladder. Although, of course, these are low walls, so you could probably step over them. And we have got, if we go into resources, field painting. I don't have a huge problem with field painting if it's just for decorative effect like this one here. You're not actually going to be drilling for oil in those fields, really, are you? I wouldn't have thought. And there's plenty of other options for your resources. Although, like I say, some of them are under the water. Still does remind me of Greece a little bit in terms of shape, depending on which way around you have the map, of course. Got some more feature areas. I forgot about this one up here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but I like it. Okay, it's just like a hint towards something. There's a little ridge there, raised bit on the end there as well. Whether it's some kind of performance area or something, I don't know. We've got a henge as well. And we've got a couple of henges on this map, and that's quite sweet. Small and just understated, I think, that one. Just put the terrain lines on so we can have a look at how flat the builder areas actually are. And while we're doing this, your chance to vote on the map. Oh, another henge. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. So we use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Perfectly flat build area right down the start square. Lovely. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Well, only you can decide. And I think it probably should be, shouldn't it? Right. Still some more things to look at, though. I got the vote in a bit early there. But yeah, how about this? How about this here? Ooh, waterfall, lovely. And then if we head upstream a little bit further, we have got a couple more water sources I just don't totally buy into, but they could be a lot worse. They could be a lot worse. Let's not moan too much. I mean, it's perfectly adequate. Perfectly adequate. And then just good views. Good views. Love the terrain on this. Let's just check these ships, shall we? Now we've got a little bit of shipping. And it's not quite tall enough for the vanilla. If we're playing vanilla, you're going to be playing with vanilla ships, and so I hate to tell you this, but that's a point lost for detail, because it's just a fraction too short to be played as vanilla. Right, let's come down here and do our have we done that vote thing? Is a 1-star map is a 5-star map? We have, haven't we? So anyway, we'll settle this down here and I'll let you know what I think of the map. Aesthetically, I like it. I like it a lot. I think the terrain just pops on this one. It could pop. I think the tree placement, we have seen better with vanilla trees, but it's still a very high 4-star map for me. I love it. Detailing is very, 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 very good. Okay, it is clearly not a 5-star map, because I've already told you, any ships that clip those bridges, you're gonna have to lose a point for that. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars for detail. But gameplay potential, how do I mark it down? Anything I want to mark it down on, actually I can't really. I've tried, I really have tried, and so therefore it gets 5 fat juicy stars for gameplay. Very nice, very, very nice indeed. Celtic Shores vanilla map by MrMiyagi CS, not letting us down on the gameplay front as always, and of course it's got to get the BonBonB seal of approval. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Miyagi. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Well, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series, where we're having another request map voted in by the BonBon Buddies over on Patreon. Those are the BonBon Buddies over on the right hand side. Now, if you want to join them, just click through to patreon.com/BonBonB, and just for $1 a month, you can get your name in those credits too, and vote on what map we have on the Friday. There's another map on the screen now if you want to have a little vote on that, and of course the interview with Mr. Miyagi is on screen now as well, so feel free to go and watch that too. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.